Bickley and Marotta Mornings. Arizona Sports, the local sports leader. Bickley Blast.
There are times when the softness of this market drives me crazy, and yesterday was one of those days. I mean, the whining, the pouting, the gooberish hayseed media disbelief over our poor Devin Booker, who didn't even crack the top 10 in the first wave of All-Star voting. To which I say, grow up, stop acting like victims, or get out and vote. Now, I'm not saying Booker wasn't snubbed. Any list that has Austin Reeves and Klay Thompson and James Harden ahead of him is a very flawed list. But a little reality check's in order here. Booker hasn't been that good lately. In high-profile games featuring a cluster of stars, he's rarely been the best player on the floor. On Christmas night, he was badly outclassed by Luka again when the whole world was watching. He wasn't very good in an in-season quarterfinal loss to the Lakers when the whole world was watching. And in the first half against the star-laden Clippers the other night, Booker was a complete non-factor before stuffing the stat sheet in the second half. Now, I'm not hating. I'm one of the biggest Booker fans you are going to find on the planet. I am just stating facts, and facts are it is not a conspiracy. It has nothing to do with market size. It's a popularity contest, and Book has yet to break through with a brand so compelling that he's an automatic selection for basketball fans from all different locales and allegiances. And it basically, in the end, means that Suns fans haven't flooded the ballot boxes, probably because this season has been so uninspiring. So maybe here's the silver lining. Maybe this episode, this incident, this wave of voting, maybe this will be the galvanizing moment, something that can fuel both Booker and the fan base. And believe me, this team and this town could use a little juice. All right, today's Bickley Blast brought to you by my great friends at Chapman BMW who make luxury attainable. Find them online at chapmanbmw.com.
Well said, Bick. Well said.
Thank you.
And when you reflect, and again, this is the first wave of voting. The voting is open until January 20th. But when you reflect on this, and Shams Charania put it out on social media, the graphic with the top 10 front court players and backcourt players in each conference, and so much of the national reaction to his post was, wow, Devin Booker not top 10, what's going on? When you ask the question this way, is this more embarrassing for Devin Booker or the Suns fan base? I think the question is clear.
I think so, too.
I think so, too. The Suns fan base.
I think you and I are right in alignment. On that list, you can, and I think you take a little exception to Steph Curry. I think Steph Curry is like basketball royalty.
He is.
So, but he should be 5th or 6th on that list. To be outside of the top 10 is ridiculous, but it's ridiculous for other reasons and not what people seem to think. And the reaction, like I said, the reaction from the local media was, some of the television hits I was watching mid-afternoon when this broke just had my jaw hitting the floor. Because to me, when you dig down to what the issue is here, this is what the issue is, and it's always been. All-Star voting. We've always been a very, very soft market when it comes to All-Star voting. Kevin Durant is second in votes behind LeBron James.
Yeah, but Kevin
Durant's got a brand that's broken through.
Yes, and he's played he's played a lot longer than Devin Booker. He's played in different markets. He is kind of not attached to whatever team he's playing for when it comes to things like All-Star voting. He's a shoe-in kind of guy.
Right. Yeah. And Booker and Devin, we hope he gets to that point where he's a shoe-in kind of guy.
I thought he did.
Take starter and voting out of it. Let me ask you this. Has Devin Booker been an All-Star to this point?
Oh, of course.
I totally agree with you.
Of course. There's no doubt about it. And again, there's a lot of things that have worked against him. And that first half performance against the Clippers, not entirely his fault. He had two guys coming at him constantly, and there still is not the connectivity. One time he threw the ball to the corner, and the guy, I think it might have been Josh Okogie at the time, he left his spot. He started to cut toward the basket, so Devin Booker threw the ball to a ghost when the guy should have been there to catch the ball and shoot a three-point shot.
Yeah.
And so there's any number of things here that have not really lined up for Devin Booker. But the thing is that you got to recognize and you got to look this in the face. There have been playoff failures attached to Devin Booker, and there have been big game failures recently attached to him as well. And that stuff might make a difference with people outside of Phoenix.
But you could say the same thing for every player on that list. I think the point Jarrett was going to make is I think we can all agree at this point in year 9 of his career, among NBA fans, Devin Booker is a household name.
Yeah,
I thought a household name not to be in the top 10 in any rendition of All-Star voting is curious to me.
I thought the combination of the finals run, being the best team in the NBA the next year, being in the the Kobe Bryant spot in that NBA commercial, his obviously very relationship with a Kardashian whatever. I thought all of that made him enough of a breakthrough star household name that he was going to get popular votes enough that even if he wasn't having like an MVP season, he would be in the top 5 or 6 every year.
Yeah. He's got to get back to like that 2021 mode where this team is winning big games. Because I think that's a big thing.
De'Aaron Fox and Gilgeous-Alexander are having great years and very deserving, but I don't think they're bigger household names.
Not at all.
Than Devin Booker.
Not at all. Not at this point.
So if we're saying it's a popularity contest, it's kind of interesting that they're so high.
That's what's so fishy about it to me. Now, to the point that Bick made in the Blast, too, you used the phrase Devin Booker hasn't been very good as of late. I think tonight is going to be an interesting examination because I agree with you, and I think Devin Booker kicked things into gear in the second half against the Clippers. He was very efficient in the first half, but just didn't take a lot of opportunity to create for himself. I think he had 6 points in the first half.
He took 5 shots, had 4 turnovers.
Yeah, 29 points in the second half in that game against the Clippers, 35 with 6 assists in that game and 2 rebounds. Before that, there had been a stretch of games where he wasn't very good. The Sacramento game, he wasn't great. He shot a poor percentage in the Christmas Day game, as you pointed out, against Dallas. The win against Houston, had 20 points, had a big game against Charlotte. And the previous game, even in a 21-point win against Portland, he only had 10 points. That was one of those games where it's like, oh, thank goodness Devin Booker had an off night where they were playing Portland. He looked different to me against the Clippers. And I think maybe this little rocky stretch that he's going through might be over.
I hope you're right.
And the realization for every member of the Phoenix Suns is, all right, all this time that we thought we had to get acclimated to each other, to get used to each other, we're basically out of that time.
Yes,
you gotta show up and compete every single night. That starts tonight with Miami. A lot has been made of their January schedule. The Suns' January schedule is very rough. At the end of January, we're going to know a lot about this basketball team.
Now, if you were gonna take this vote and this story in this episode and divide it between Suns fans and what they need to do, and as Jared said, get out and vote today. It's 3 times the vote. It's a triple match.
That's right.
Play the music.
You're right, exactly. Play the music. It's a triple match. So, but if you're talking about outside. Earlier this year, there was a great exchange between Devin Booker and Kevin Durant where Devin Booker basically admitted, I've got smoke with everybody in the league. So Devin Booker, with many fan bases in the Western Conference, is not a light guy. He's very well respected, and he's certainly a household name. But he's not going to compel basketball fans in Dallas or Los Angeles or the Bay Area to vote for him out of respect. Whereas I think a Suns fan might vote for Steph Curry out of respect. Maybe not. I'm just using that as an example.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean? So
Devin Booker's old school in that way.
Yes, he's taken on this role of it's me against everybody, and I'm taking you on. Stop rubbing your eyes, Jared.
First one of the year,
First one of the year. So I think and that's the way he wants it. That's the path he's chosen. And I've said before at times, I think Devin Booker would probably benefit from dapping up the refs and smooching babies and that kind of stuff. He ain't doing it. He's too hardcore, and I respect
him. He's fist pump babies though.
Yes, he does, and I respect him for that. That's the way I want Devin Booker. So I'm not saying I've got any issues with him. I'm just saying this isn't a jaw-dropping occurrence to me.
Yes.
It's an injustice. He's snubbed, but the reasoning behind it is not surprising to me.
And guess what? He's not going to be an all-star starter based on these votes. If we're talking about the Western Conference All-Stars being revealed and Devin Booker's name isn't on that list of reserves, then we got a real problem.
Then we've got an issue.
Yes.
I completely agree with that.
Thanks for watching Bickley and Marotta. Click to see the latest Bickley Blast and hit the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.